Tropical storm Cristobal is headed towards the North Gulf Coast. Good evening, I'm Mike Naso with this update as of 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern on Cristobal. It was at 25.2 north, 90.2 west. Winds are 50, so it's a mid-range tropical storm, but it is moving quicker, 12 miles an hour, straight north right now towards southeast Louisiana, but it will impact areas further east than that because it is an elongated and kind of spread out tropical cyclone. You can see that the tropical storm force winds extend out a good ways, so that's why those warnings go all the way into the panhandle of Florida, and most of the bad weather is to the right of where the center will make landfall. After landfall, it's going to bump to the west a little bit as some high pressure builds back in over the southeastern United States, but it will generally bring whatever weather it has with it by Tuesday and Wednesday up into the middle of the country, Iowa, Wisconsin. All those areas are going to be dealing with Cristobal as well. Now, let's take a look at the satellite imagery, because this really gives you an idea of how disorganized this system is. You can see the center in here, this little naked swirl, but not a lot of deep convection anywhere near it. It's definitely lopsided. A lot of the bad weather is off towards the north and east. There's the southeastern coastline of Louisiana. So even though landfall will take place there, a lot of the worst weather is far removed, and it almost has the appearance more of a subtropical cyclone, to where, unlike a tropical storm where everything is right near the center and it's strengthening and tropical and warm, it's kind of almost like a cold core low with everything spread apart. However, as of right now, it's still tropical, and it is going to cause high storm surge values. In particular, as I mentioned, to the right of the center, you can see 2 to 4 feet in areas of landfall, say Morgan City to the mouth of the Mississippi, and then the right side here, 3 to 5 feet on the Mississippi coastline, Mobile Bay, and then, of course, 1 to 3 feet anywhere from Pensacola all the way down to Marco Island. You guys are going to have the potential for storm surge because with a tropical storm, you have that onshore flow, and when you're on the right side, that is the wrong side you want to be on, and that's why we're going to see a water rise, and it could be dangerous near the beach. And that's to say nothing about the possibility of tropical storm force winds as well. As of right now, the earliest we're going to see the winds is late tonight, early tomorrow, probably in areas there near Buras, Louisiana, Grand Isle, right on the coast because it sticks out there. But then during the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night, we're going to start to see those winds push on shore. But again, it could be further on the left side or further on the right. But again, the left side is good because you're going to have winds offshore on that side. It's the right side where the winds push in around the counterclockwise circulation that you get the threat of storm surge. As well as flooding. Flooding is going to be a big problem here with this system. We already have water rises in Florida. Florida, you've been drenched and there's more rain on the way. You can see 4, 6, 10 inches over southeast Louisiana, western Mississippi, in fact all of southern Mississippi, and then even up into Arkansas and Missouri, you guys could be getting 6 inches of rain over the next 1, 2, 4, 5 days. Look at this. Cristobal will make it all the way to Lake Superior and into Canada. It is amazing that that system that we tracked over Guatemala and El Salvador might make it to Lake Superior. It's amazing. There's the radar imagery, and you can see the circulation is still offshore, but again, a lot of the heavy weather already moving in. Areas there on the tip of Louisiana, the Panhandle, and remember, with landfalling tropical cyclones, there is the risk of severe weather and tornadoes, so don't be surprised here in North Florida and along the Florida coastline if you guys have the threat of tornadoes, and it looks like some severe weather there moving through Alabama and Georgia as well. So again, this is the entire Gulf Coast. Cristobal is a very spread out tropical cyclone, and that's why we have this bad weather, a good band headed for western Florida now. You guys are about to get slammed pretty good, so be on the alert there. The final analysis, there is the threat of high storm surge along the coast anywhere from Morgan City, Louisiana, all the way to Marco Island, Florida. You guys need to be away from the water, not to mention high surf and dangerous crashing waves. You wouldn't want to be in the ocean at a time like this. To say nothing of the heavy rainfall, the potential for flash flooding, and of course tropical storm force winds. Winds are still 50, and it is expected to intensify a little. Sometimes these suckers like to wrap up right at the coast. So while it doesn't look like it'll become a Category 1 hurricane, you can never be too sure. So you want to be ready for that. But again, right now, 50, 60 miles an hour, slamming into southeastern Louisiana. It appears as though Cristobal will make landfall in the vicinity of Grand Isle, New Orleans. So if you are in New Orleans, this tropical cyclone has its eyes set on you. And remember, it's a very low-lying area. It's shaped like a bowl. It does not handle water well. And this is definitely a wet cyclone. So we're going to continue to watch Cristobal on its fast approach now due north towards southeastern Louisiana and the Mississippi coastline. Heavy weather affecting everybody from Morgan City to Marco Island right now. I'm Mike Nasa with the latest, and I'll see you guys next time.